CP,
What do you mean? What a day.
how we doing? How's your Guinness?
Yeah, really nice actually.
Is it?
Yeah.
You haven't had a beer on pod lately, have you?
No. No, I don't. We talked about this already, David. I don't need to drink for the sake of
I thought you were
drinking
going to
anymore.
stop then. I don't need to drink.
No,
Okay.
I don't. So this week's episode,
Yes, Stephen.
we
Why are you
thought we
mimicking
could
me?
talk about we talk about expectations. We could call it great expectations. Shout out to Charles Dickens. He would love our podcast, by
He
the way.
wouldn't.
He would.
He would be angry.
No.
I just realised I still wear my glasses.
I don't know.
It's funny, I've been
You
wearing
don't need to wear them anymore.
No.
I think you should take them off. I don't think it does you any
Achy
favours.
eyes. People say I look intelligent with my glasses on.
I don't think that's possible.
Strange.
Yeah, great expectations. And expectations generally.
Yeah, we talk about expectations a lot, don't we, on here?
Expectations, yeah.
About what? That's what I just said.
Yeah.
I've got great expectations for you.
Yeah.
It fucking never happened.
Well, it's like, but there's a serious part as well, isn't there? About like we do
Serious blood.
put expectations onto other people.
Yeah.
And I would say that 9 times out of 10 it fails.
Yeah.
Why are you doing that?
I'm just agreeing with you.
Oh.
No, it's true. We do that. We both do that.
What?
Like, I expect you to do certain things, like upload the video.
Like,
That's a good start.
upload
actually.
the podcast,
Yeah, upload
yeah.
the podcast. I expect you to do that, and you don't.
Well, that's it. Maybe if you maybe if you didn't expect me to do it, then I'd do
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
But,
No, but we both do that, don't we? We have certain expectations of whoever it is.
Well, no, I think that's a general thing, isn't it? Like expectations. I think the problem is we judge everyone else by our own standards, and we expect everyone. I mean, that I'd say actually that's probably one of my biggest negative downsides is like I get continuously frustrated by people not meeting my expectations. You know. And I know you do the same.
Yeah, I do. I do a lot.
You must have some quite crazy ones. I mean, because obviously you're a celebrity chef.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what about when you're running a kitchen and shit like that? How does that? Do you get expectational problems?
Oh, terrible! It is terrible.
Are you going to elaborate or just say terrible?
No, I was going to, but I need to.
on
The words need to come out, and then there needs to be a mild pause to be able to carry on the sentence. Terrible. Yeah. I don't know what I'm doing.
So,
I know I have no kit. So kitchens. I was talking to Alfie.
What are your
about it.
expectations in a kitchen environment?
I expect people to pull their fucking weight and do their job properly.
Yeah, but I mean specifically.
Turn up on
You
time.
know, 45 minutes worth of specifics rather than just 10 seconds.
Turn up on time. I expect people to be respectful, kind, do their job properly, communicate. Don't turn up looking like a bag of shit. You know, make sure your whites aren't necessarily ironed because it can be a bit difficult sometimes, but as long as they're not all creased up. Like ironing whites can be a chore if you're doing 15, 18-hour days continuously.
Why can't you take time to...
No, but I'm not like... As long as it's doesn't look like it's scrunched up and then put on.
Yeah.
As long as it's looking pretty smart.
Do you iron your whites?
Yeah.
Every day?
Yeah. Well, not every day when I need them.
When you say when you need them?
So the ones I wear at the kitchen are my old versions.
See, that's interesting. Why do you wear whites at the kitchen? Is that because you need to get into Chef Sergeant mode?
I need to as soon as I walk
or is
through...
there a legal requirement?
As soon as I walk through the door, I'm like...
Or is there a legal requirement?
No, you don't have to wear a chef's jacket. It's as long as you've got some sort of uniform to wear in the kitchen.
Also a thing.
Yeah.
Do you have to wear a uniform?
Well, it needs to be clean. Actually, I don't know what That's funny, isn't it?
Because I'm just thinking, some of the kind of work that I've done in kitchens in the past, I maybe just wear an apron. I suppose that's a uniform then, isn't it?
Just an apron?
I knew you were going to say that. Not just
Your
an
great big
apron,
hairy ass sticking
but
out.
an apron over my.
Is it a short apron? Does it hang
clothes.
down the bottom?
Hangs all the way down to the bottom.
There's a long apron that hangs down the bottom, dragging.
Yeah, dragon.
Does it? Your third leg. No, do you know what? I actually, which sounds silly, I don't know what the rules are with that. I don't think there's any sort of set rules, but as long as you're not wearing your civvies, so...
Why not, though? Why can't you wear your civvies?
Well, because it could be dirty, and you're cooking food for people, so you need to have like a hat on.
You don't wear a hat, do you?
Not when
you wear a little skull cap.
Yeah, not when I'm cooking for people on location.
No, on location. But yeah, you do wear a little black skull cap, don't you? Yeah.
Is that all right, being black?
Yeah, no, I think I
thought you were being racist.
No, because I think it's contrasting, isn't it? Because it would be weird if it was white.
Soon I won't be have to wear one.
So, yeah, so you wear your white chef jacket and then what, black
trousers.
Black trousers. Are they checkered?
No.
No?
Makes me feel funny. So I've got a real thing about chefs not wearing white jacket and black trousers.
If it's white and white, that must be annoying.
I don't know if you can get white chef's trousers. That would be really weird, wouldn't it? But it might be.
Why do some people wear blacks, but they're still called whites?
No, Alfie does. I don't know. I'm not
whites
a big
is the
fan.
brand, isn't it?
Yeah, I suppose so. No, it's. No, I don't think it's.
Because you were wearing a pair of black trousers yesterday, and I noticed on them they said whites.
Whites, yeah. I suppose that's the brand for that. For what I buy, yeah.
It's just a bit weird because it said whites and they were black.
Being racist again.
No.
Why are you being so racist today?
Not at all.
I feel if you hadn't noticed, I feel in a really aggravating mood.
Yeah, no, I love it because that's normally my role.
It is. You're an absolute fucking knob jockey usually.
So no, that's fine. So and then some of the things you said, and I'm playing, devil's advocate.
Oh.
We love devil's advocate.
Nuance.
So you said turning up on time, obviously. What about not coming in? See, I've really struggled with this over my professional career.
Turning up on time.
No, having expectations on people. Not anymore actually, but for a long time, I never really understood why my staff weren't as invested in the business as I was. I was.
What didn't you know? What do you mean?
Well, because
it's not their business.
No, I know. No, I know. But yeah, it's weird, isn't it? I think because I go balls deep with my clients. I give them absolutely everything. Give them my soul. And I guess I just assumed that other people were like that as well. That was one of my biggest.
A lot of people don't work like that. A lot of people. More people don't.
Oh yeah, I'd say huge. 99% of people don't.
Well, you think we're in the 1% club?
Yeah.
Seriously?
I know I am because about the whole marathon thing. I don't like to keep going on about it. But,
marathon?
Yeah.
Well, one with nuts?
No.
You've got to be careful eating stuff like that around people that have nut allergy.
But I just tell you, the reason I mentioned that... No, she hasn't. The reason I mentioned that is because turning that back on you, kind of coming in and all those other kind of expectations you had, why should they be like that? It's just a job to them. They're just turning up, probably not getting paid a massive amount of money, to be honest.
Go and get another job then.
Yeah.
That's the way I'm like that with... And it's not a great way to be sometimes, but this is what I expect of people. And if you don't... If I can see you trying to do it, that's fine. But if people are don't like it...
Why do you think people are like that?
I don't know. I've always been so invested in work. That's why, if I had an employed job, I'm exactly the same as self-employed.
Yeah.
Because, I'm 100% balls in. I do...
Yeah.
My kids are both the same. It's I'm going to give you everything. Because why wouldn't I give you everything? I don't understand why you would. Unless someone's an arsehole. If someone's a... If someone's a decent boss, which is quite rare, I've had some absolute stinkers in my time. Have you? Fucking hell, I've had some absolute stinkers.
What, of bosses? Yeah, but don't you think...
horrible people.
I've got a different view on that. I always think that that's more of a reflection on me than them.
No. No. The two I'm thinking about, which I'm not going to send names of,
are
fucking horrible people.
But why? What? Can you give some examples?
So when I was 18, I was working the kit. I'm trying to think how I can word it without giving too much away of people.
Yeah.
When I was 18, I was working in a place.
The place in Bude?
No.
Oh no.
The place. No. It was over at Truro, and I'd done something wrong. Nothing major. Just got something wrong with a dish. Sent it down in the dumbwaiter, and it was just wrong. It was nothing, no biggie. And he come up and called me a thick. See you next Tuesday.
I'm sorry, dude. You got it wrong.
No. But that's just an example. You said an example.
Yeah.
There's ways of doing things and ways of talking to people.
Yeah.
When I was taking home £105 a week.
Yeah.
And I was doing between 50 to 90 hours.
Yeah.
Which was fine. I didn't have a problem with that.
No.
But on the other hand, when you look at it as I do from a boss now, I think, if someone's taken home like 250 quid now, £300, and they're doing 90 to 100 hours or 50 to 90 hours, I'm going to give them everything I've got as a boss.
No, you are
it
right.
was just really unpleasant. I don't mind being spoken to like that. I've got no problem with that, and I don't mind speaking to people like that.
Yeah.
But it needs to be within context of the situation.
No, you are right, and that's something I come to realise. And also, you can't forget that, if everyone was the same as you are, then
The world would be amazing, wouldn't it?
well, no, it's that they would have their own business, and that's
Exactly,
and that's the thing, But it's I still don't totally get it. I don't still totally get
why employees wouldn't give you as much as what you give, because you do that as an employee.
Yeah, and look, I think my personal circumstances were, and anyone that knows me or wants to fucking
Go on, get to the point.
what's the word I'm looking for?
Give a shit.
Well, no, not
Care.
listen to gossip or whatever. Do you know what I mean? Like, well, my business, I wouldn't say it failed, but certainly fell apart. A few years ago, and I take that as a learning curve. But I think that
We can't take it as any other thing. Really. You've got to take.
Had there
something out of
been,
it.
I look at perhaps my failings, but I also look at. I do feel like you kind of give a lot of yourself personally sometimes to people, and they're all very accepting at the time to kind of take it. And when you need, maybe you're kind of like in a rubber ring, kind of like, oh, I need a hand. Remember that time I kind of pulled you out the fucking lava? Can you? And they're like, no, mate, you can go fuck yourself. Yeah, and
that's going to hurt.
And again, that's an expectation.
Yeah,
that's why I'm getting it. It's like you kind of go balls deep with people, thinking that they're going to reciprocate. I think that's my biggest failure in life, and I still make those mistakes today. I still give people my absolutely everything. I do anything for anyone on the expectation that they'll do the same. And one of the things I've learned, currently, and through speaking with my therapist and things, is actually that, again, that's my fault, because my help should not be, on the basis that it's going to be reciprocated.
Come back to you.
But that's difficult to do, isn't it?
Yeah, do you know what? I do exactly the same. And if I feel that it's not been reciprocated,
it hurts.
Then it hurts. Yeah, I feel like I've been done over. And do you know what? That person probably doesn't even fucking think twice.
No.
Probably wouldn't even. They haven't gone, I haven't done it for them, because they did it for me, or fucked them over. And I'm talking about mates.
Yeah.
I'm not just talking about
condoms or.
And I'm not just talking about it's starting to rain.
Crazy.
I'm not just talking about someone you see in the supermarket, but that does wind me up a little bit.
What's that?
It's that thing. It comes back to that thing of when we did the pod about
week, or a couple of weeks ago.
What drives us mad.
Yeah.
A lot of those come down to expectations of what we expect from other people, and we talk about that all the time on here, don't we?
Yeah, but it goes deeper than that, doesn't it? Like, we expect
Is that what you
things from our
said to her?
partners. We expect things from our partners. We expect things from our kids. You know, we expect things from our mates, our friends, our colleagues, just general public.
But there's expecting, like just a natural.
Well, you talking
like-
about like kind of like
Like you hold the door open for someone. I know we spoke about this, and someone says thank you. So to me, that's just a standard expectation of something that actually people shouldn't even have to think twice about saying thank
Do
you.
you know what though? I learned something new. This is going to help you in that situation. I learned something new with
not to leave the door open
with
in the
my
first place.
therapist, and you know, he often says things to me that are like they're not that mind blowing, but they do seem mind blowing at the time. And they use it a lot legally when they talk about when they talk about things that are reasonable. Yeah.
Okay.
You know, so for example, you know, in contract law, you know, you can write whatever you like in a contract. You know, I could write you a contract now that we both sign, and it says, you know, every time I come here, well, no, you could say, Steve, if you're late, I'm going to charge you £5 a minute that you're late.
It'd make
right?
no difference. You'd
Now
still
we
be
could
late.
sign that.
You'd still be late.
We could sign that, right?
wouldn't you?
But then if you
he's
try to
avoiding that
enforce
question.
it, if you try to enforce it, I could argue with a judge, or a judge could say that even though we agreed it, it wasn't a reasonable request. It wasn't a reasonable point in a contract. And that's, so this whole concept of things that are reasonable, and people can, you know, challenge things based on whether or not they're deemed as being reasonable.
I suppose everyone's
Right.
reasonable is different.
At the moment,
Same with the expectations.
well, it comes down to law. It comes down to a judge and law. What is reasonable, you know? The reason, again, this come up as well, and I saw this somewhere else, is someone was, you know, I think it was like some kind of consumer law about a contract with a mobile phone or something like that, and it was basically, you know, the contract was there, the guy signed it, he knew it was there, but it wasn't deemed as being a reasonable clause. You know, it needs to. You can't just write in a contract, you know, I'm going to charge you £50 an hour for being late. It has to be a reasonable, you know, kind of thing. So the reason I bring this up is because I'm trying to start, it's very early days, change my mindset, and the expectations that I'm thinking about now, I'm asking myself first whether or not I think they're reasonable. So I just add another little step in, rather than going, you know, like you, like. And I think
fair point.
in your case,
that's a good point.
You know, right? Obviously you don't have to go through this fucking process. You can get anything done, but just try and add it into your psyche.
Yeah, no, it's fair.
You know, so I'm going to hold the door open. The woman's let it fucking slam. Right, I'm just about to fucking kick off. But first of all, I'm going to go, was it reasonable for me to expect her to say thank you? Now, in that instance, I think it is.
Yeah, I think that's more than
so
reasonable.
It's like,
yeah.
okay, cool.
Yeah.
Also, quite interestingly, what that does, if you add that extra step in, it may de-escalate the situation. And it goes, do you know what? Yeah, it was reasonable. She didn't. And actually, I don't care now because I've just thought about it being reasonable. Yeah. So I'm trying to build
I suppose
that
even if it is a reasonable expectation.
Yeah.
If you just take that millisecond, it might just diffuse the thought of like, I want to.
Well, because normally it's cause and effect.
Yeah, I want to slam this door in her face.
I want to fucking slam the cunt's head. Oh, sorry. I want to slam the fucking woman's
or male.
head through the glass.
Could be male.
Or the male.
We keep referencing female.
Or transgender. You know, whatever it might be.
Cat. Microwave.
So yeah, just adding that little thing in, and I've started doing it over the last 12 hours. You know, going like, is it reasonable for that person?
Is there something that's happened that you can say about that? Maybe
absolutely.
Diffuse the situation.
Okay, so for example, this morning when I arrived here, I was late. Right now, what?
I wouldn't even worry about saying that because everyone knows you'd be fucking late.
So I was late.
Just say I arrived here.
So
was supposed to be 8:30,
came
then it was
down-
8:45.
Yeah, and I got here
and
at
then
10
it was
past
10
9.
past 9.
So you came down the stairs, and obviously you obviously made a joke about the fact that I was late. But that's pretty standard as well.
Do you arrive late so I can take the piss?
No. In my head, I was thinking, I knew you were going to do that,
Yeah.
but I had 2 stages of thought. I thought it is reasonable for him to come down the stairs and do that because at that moment, I was effectively 40 minutes late, right? So that was reasonable. But then I thought, well, I'm going to tell him why I was late.
You do anyway, because well, why not?
Yeah, but... And I know sometimes I'm like, I'm just having a nightmare day or whatever it is. And maybe that's reasonable or not reasonable, right? But I told you a very specific reason why I was late.
Yeah, actually, usually
then,
you just go, what a day, I've had a day. Yeah.
And then you were kind of more understanding. But in my mind, I was kind of trying to preempt it. Because I was thinking,
yeah, it's fair.
well, if he still goes on about it, I don't think that is reasonable for him to feel like that, given what I've just told him. Yeah.
Yeah, with what it was, then that's
do you know what I mean?
I think if you'd said, I was having a poo and it just took longer, then it's like,
it's not reasonable at all because then it becomes, it's that whole thing about, making my problems your problems. That's not cool, and I really hate that. I see that a lot with clients, where they'll be like, we need to get this out, but it needs to be done by tonight. Hang on a minute. How long have you known about it? And why have you agreed to do it in such a short timescale? What? Because I'm going to do it. They're putting their expectations on me.
Yeah.
And things like that. And I think it comes down to like those core things about survival. I know it's fucking mental, like to take it back to basics, but it does. Like, we have this. Everyone, I don't care how fucking Mother Teresa everyone thinks they are, right? We all have a basic instinct to survive. And, if that means that we have to throw someone else under the bus, or we are all very selfish, inherently selfish. I don't care what you fucking say, but every single person, we can't help it. It's our limbic system, right? Where we're literally
pulling out all the fucking big boys.
Literally like, and this is what I'm talking about, expectations.
You've been Googling words again.
No, it all comes into expectations because, you have your expectations that are very much based on what you're trying to achieve, what you want to achieve. Another person will have the same for them.
Yeah.
And when you go, right, I expect that person to behave in that way, and they don't, we take offence.
Yeah. Yeah, my expectations can be quite high sometimes. And some of it is, I don't even like saying that out loud, unreasonable maybe.
It's great.
I'll tell you a good
just
time.
Learned a new thing, see?
Yeah, I don't.
Can you give us an example of unreasonable?
I'll tell you one thing that is funny, but I think this is reasonable. So a few years back, I was travelling up to Glastonbury to cook for someone for 3 days, 3 or 4 days.
Makes me laugh when you say travelling up. Still gets me. I've lived here for 9 years, 8 years maybe. It still gets me because Glastonbury is very much southern England, So, but of course, down in Cornwall, everything's up country. So just
You're okay, hon?
In reality,
what the fuck? No, if I stood on the end of
Bude, right? This is how fun. This is why it annoys me because
there's something Jules would say. It's boring the fucking tits off me. Seriously,
we don't
already.
We
honestly
think we're Cornish. No. And basically everyone stood in fucking Land's End.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Right? So what the fuck am I going to say?
They're not. Because if you look at Bude, and then you look at maybe Kent, if we've got it up on a map, they're probably in line. Right? They're probably in fucking line. You're not going up anywhere.
So boring.
You're going across. Carry on.
I was going to refer to you about boring the tits off me that someone did, but I would upset people if I said that. Not you.
Glastonbury.
I definitely wouldn't upset you. You'd find it funny. Yeah, so I was travelling up and over to Glastonbury. And so a few days before, I need some ribs because they're on a barbecue.
Sorry, I just had a really funny thought.
Is it something?
Do you want me to say it?
Probably not.
No, it won't mean anything to anyone else. I was just thinking what our clip software that we use to make our clips and things, there would literally be one, wouldn't there, like, discussing the navigation of the UK.
So I pre-ordered these ribs because I was leaving on like the Friday and they come in frozen, right? And I needed a pack of them. No, they're fine. It's just the way it is. You can get fresh, but these...
Not what the celebrity chefs use. They use frozen.
Absolutely fine. Yeah. Really good.
So you're cooking for Glastonbury? Did you have like a pop-up tent there or something?
Do you want to shut the fuck up just for a second?
That's a big deal, dude. You've never told me this story before. What? So you actually had like a pop-up event at Glastonbury?
That's exactly what I just said. Yeah. That's what I said. Yeah, and I've taken one box of ribs up. Yeah, fucking businessman me, paying 10 grand for a fucking stand for a week with one box of ribs. And so ordered them in.
Yeah.
I think they're supposed to come in.
Did you have to order them just for one box?
No, shut the fuck up for a second and let me say, I struggle with stories at the best of times. They're supposed to come into me on the Monday.
Oh, you're going Craig David now.
Craig David.
And then on Tuesday.
Took them out on Tuesday, whopped them out on Wednesday. So they're supposed to come in on Monday. They did, because I thought, I'm travelling up on like the Thursday. I thought I'll leave them in the fridge on the Monday when they come in. By the time I get up there on the Thursday, they'll be defrosted. Because like a pack of meat like that, frozen, in the fridge takes days to defrost.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks. And your tooth hurting.
Still, yeah, it hasn't gone yet. It hasn't gone. No, do you know what? It's all my teeth now. All of them. Yeah, I know why. I've got a sinus infection. And it's basically pushing down on my teeth. All of them.
Oh, mate, that sounds nasty.
Anyway,
and
so the meat defrosted on Thursday.
No. Just wait, Stephen. So they didn't come in on the Monday, and I get deliveries Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Right. They didn't come in on the Monday?
Didn't come in on the Monday.
Oh, fuck. What? Sorry, I thought they were defrosting. So they didn't actually come in on Monday?
So they didn't come in Monday, right?
So
I phoned up and I said, any chance, is anybody out and about, could the rep drop them off to me? No. I said, that's cool, but Tuesday, no, we don't come to you on Tuesday. Okay, they're 100% going to come into me on Wednesday. Because I thought... Because I was leaving Thursday, right, and I had to cook.
Not going to happen. Need at least 2 days to defrost.
Because I was coming back Sunday, so it was Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night. And I was doing lunches and like cakes and all sorts of shit.
Just one box of ribs.
No, it was other stuff. Obviously,
okay,
big fucking turd. And so Wednesday comes, and no ribs.
Oh my god!
So I'm like,
you are.
So I don't get a phone call. So I phone up.
What time?
I'm usually come in at about between 8 and 10.
In the morning?
In the morning.
Be a bit weird at night.
Nothing. I need to get this right. So we'll leave on Thursday.
Yeah.
So then someone tells me on Wednesday.
Someone?
Yeah, in the office. Someone tells me that I phoned the company. Oh no, it's going up on Friday. So I was going up on No, it's going up on Friday. That's right. And they said, "Oh, that's fine. I will deliver it tomorrow, Thursday." I'm like, and I was like, "Oh no." I said, "Okay, so that's cool." Kept my cool. I said, "Even though you don't deliver to me on a Thursday, you're going to bring it. No problem at all. No problem."
Didn't come, did they?
Thursday morning, like, no ribs, and I'm like, so I phoned up and I speak to the head of sales.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, "Oh, hi there."
Did he say, like,
my ribs haven't turned up?
He's like, Thursday?
He went, "Yeah, it wouldn't do, so don't deliver to you on Thursday." And I said, No, I know that, because I said to the girl in the office, who did you speak to? I said, no, she wouldn't have said that. I'm like, no, she did say that because I needed my ribs that should have come in on Monday. Bearing in mind, this is 4 days later.
Yeah.
So I'm going like, fucking, like trying to stay calm, but losing it slightly.
Ooh.
And he's like, the best I can do is tomorrow. And I'm like, can you please? Okay, I was like, okay.
Where is this place, dude?
I can't say, because they're good as gold.
No, but are they in Cornwall?
No, Devon.
You would have just gone and picked them up, surely.
They're about 2 hours away. And
by that
what
time,
do I do? Pull a fucking rabbit out of my arsehole as well?
I mean,
I was
you've
busy.
been waiting for fucking Monday.
Since Monday, yeah, fair.
I mean, you could have paid a fucking new driver to go and pick them up.
Oh, my hands are cold.
Do you know what I mean?
So anyway, so I said, but can you please make sure they've been left out, so they're defrosted?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I see where you're going with that.
You know, so...
They left them out, but in the freezer.
So they get to me frozen.
Oh, God.
on the Friday, and literally they got to me at 10 o'clock. I was leaving at about 10:30, 11. I phoned up.
So you had him on the dashboard, like with the blower on?
Yeah, we did that with Harv with his milk one day. To heat it up.
Oh yeah.
It was stone cold. He was really young, so just spinning it around.
Fuck that.
We were like,
said, drink it cold, you silly prick. Or don't have anything at all.
And
feeding milk to your babies.
So I phoned up and went. I completely and utterly lost it. Right. Head of sales wasn't there. I speak to him on Saturday. This is at the venue. Go and I said to him, it's like Jeremy Beadle going to come around the corner with his little gammy hand, take the fucking piss here. So he's passed, by the way.
Oh, is he? I didn't know
Long
that.
time back, yeah.
That's really sad.
You knew that.
I wonder what his coffee looked like.
No, Stephen.
I'm just saying.
No, it's not on. Funny, but not on. And I was like, is Jeremy Beadle gonna? And he's like, I don't think you need to talk to me. I'm like, you don't understand the point here.
What would have been really funny, depending on his age, is he would have been like, who? Because then you would have had to explain first. You've got to be careful.
That would have been so much more aggravating. Can you imagine that?
Oh, fucking hell. Who else do you know? Yeah, you'd be like, red.
So I said, and was getting really angry. And he's like, I'm cancelling your account. I'm like, you're not getting this. Like, you've done nothing. You've let me down. He said, have you got your ribs? I'm like, yeah, but they were frozen. He said, but did you get your ribs? I'm like, yes. So what are you complaining about?
Oh, my God.
I said, boob. I said, I'm not. His name's Mark. I said, you'd not understand it. Like, you could just give me a pack of chicken and be like, do you know what? Really sorry, we let you down. All fucking week, the girl lied to you when she should. Maybe she did or didn't. She obviously didn't say it to pay her lip service. She probably thought we could deliver on Thursday when they don't usually.
But you wanted ribs, that's the problem, not liver.
But just something, just go, I'm sorry, just an apology. So my point is, that was my expectation.
Yeah.
Anyway, he's like, I'm cancelling your fucking account. I said, oh yeah, shove it up your fucking arsehole, you prick. A couple of years later, I speak to him. I said, look, I'm sorry about that.
Whoa.
He goes, oh, what?
No, don't.
No. So I said,
that's
here's the kicker for him. He's phoned me up and said, he's like, all right, Dave, how you doing? I said, all right, Mark. I said, I'm sorry about a couple of years back. He said, what do you mean? I said, when you fell out about the ribs and you didn't do the job properly and we said a few things. Oh, don't worry about that, mate. Do you mind? I've got a load of bone and rolled lamb shoulders or lamb legs. Would you mind taking a couple? We're doing them on cheap. I thought, and you know what? I would have bent over backwards for him if he had bent over, and he didn't. And I was just like, oh, sorry, mate, I don't need it.
I actually feel really angry.
Yeah. And do you know what? If he had been good, I would have taken one, put it through the business and add it as a lunch.
That. So you are a lot calmer than me when it comes to things like that. Like
I wasn't calm, dude.
No.
I was screaming it. The Friday I was screaming down the phone.
You let things go a lot more easier than I do. Like you dealt with that incident there.
After Saturday it was gone. The moment was done.
Yeah. See what? I'm not like that. So I will fucking, if you're my enemy for life, right? And
I wasn't.
But fucking saying sorry to him, you had nothing to apologise for.
But it was the fact. I just wanted to make sure.
Because I would have made it my fucking personal mission after that event to get him out of a job.
I think part of it is because I nearly said the company's name. The company I've been working with for like over 20 years, and they're absolutely as good as gold. He is an absolute fucking tool.
Yeah, but that's even more.
Utterly
as far as I'm concerned,
shit at his job.
That's even more. They should. I don't care. They should have had those ribs in a fucking black cab being delivered. I don't care. Oh, we don't deliver to you today. Fuck off. Well, you're in fucking Devon or Cornwall, wherever you are. You're not.
I know.
You're not more than. At absolute maximum, you're probably 3 hours away.
So what's okay? So because I can tell it's pissing you off, and it's pissing me off. It's pissing you off. So what's the reasonable expectation on that then?
The reasonable expectation was that after day one, so they were meant to be delivered on a Monday, that you shouldn't have had to chase them. They should have phoned you and said, "I'm really sorry."
Don't do it. Sometimes.
Okay, so let's give them the benefit. Let's give them the benefit of the doubt, right? So it didn't arrive. You phoned up on Tuesday and said my ribs haven't arrived, right? They then said, "Oh, I mean, I don't even. You didn't say. I mean, what was the reason they didn't arrive? Do you know?" No. So that first of
It was just like, oh, sorry, it's missed off your order. That's it.
right. Well, that's not good enough.
Yeah.
For a start.
Wednesday,
So
they should have bought them to me. Yeah.
Wednesday. Now, again, they could go, oh, they missed off the order, right? And that's fucking not okay.
Yeah.
I would then expect them to be driven up.
They should really. That's when they should have taken it in hand.
Especially if you've been with them for a long time, right? That's not fucking okay.
Yeah.
And that, reasonable expectation. But the rest of it's bullshit. And for him to be like that on the phone to you, and then even more annoying for you to have to apologise to him when you speak to him a few years later.
Well, it was more because I like the company. If I didn't particularly like the company, I don't like the bloke. Well, for me it was. A lot of people don't. I can't. Really need to be very careful. I've spoken to a lot of people about him, and he's not very good at his job.
The problem is, Dave, as well, is
Dave.
that if you're, you've also given that company a lot of business.
Yeah.
Right. They should have picked up on that and sorted it out.
Yeah. I've got another company I use a lot, and they'll deliver. And they'll be missing
do they do
something.
ribs as well?
No. And they'll be missing. Somebody will be missing off the order, and they'll get a phone call an hour later. They'll be like, "Oh, you were missing off the order," and I'm like, "Yeah, I know I was. I've already phoned in to say why hasn't it turned up? Oh, we didn't have any in stock. Well, why isn't someone? What I don't get about that is this. I don't think this is unreasonable. When people get in the morning in the office, they're obviously going to have a list of people that are missing stuff. That should be a priority. It should be like, you're missing X.
Yeah.
What can we do about it? Do you need it tomorrow?
Yeah.
I'm really sorry. We've sent X that's similar or whatever it might be. It's hard to talk about it without saying the company's name. I think that's reasonable.
It is reasonable.
On the back of them being so incompetent so many times, I order these products usually 48 hours in advance rather than 20. So rather than on the day, I order it the day before, which I shouldn't have to do. Right. Because if they haven't come in, then I can order it on the day, which is piss poor.
The reason for that is exactly what we were just talking about, is that, actually, if you probably speak to the owner of that business, right, he'd probably be really fucking pissed off.
Yeah.
Right? But all of the staff don't give a fuck. And they'll say, oh, it's not my job.
Yeah.
And that comes down to my biggest thing that pisses me off, and that's common sense. Because you and I, we would do that. Yeah. We would come in the morning, matey would give us a fucking list of things that were out of stock, and we'd be like, right, these are, and especially head of sales, I'd be like, right, this is my fucking business, my bonus here, it's my commission, right?
This chap couldn't give two fucks.
I'm going to phone them up. Dave, really sorry, dude, your ribs aren't there. Look, being honest with you, they got missed off the order, we haven't got any stock. What I'm going to do, I've actually got a meeting this afternoon up your way. Do you mind if I run them into you? It might not be till 8 p.m. tonight. Yeah. Yeah, no problem, dude. All good. Yeah.
And do you know what? If someone had done that on a Monday, I've gone, no, don't go out of your way. Yeah. No, that's really kind. Just make sure they're on Wednesday, please.
Yeah, feel special.
Yeah, it's like, feel special.
You want to feel special. You want to feel appreciated.
Oh, I thought you said feel special.
No, not as in Grant special. No, no. But that's the thing. Like, and you want to feel appreciated. The fact of the matter is, you're not. You mean fuck all to them. Because
so many companies
it doesn't
like
matter.
that.
It doesn't matter about you. They're still going to get paid the same amount.
Did I tell you the story about the when I moved
2 girls
here,
with the 1 cup? Oh no, so go on.
About 18 years ago, and
you
18,
moved
19...
here. I thought you were born in Cornwall.
No, here to the house.
Oh right, sorry.
And
it's some big
we were supposed to be getting fridge freezer delivered on a Sunday from Curry's, which is weird, a Sunday.
Oh yeah.
So we moved in on like the Saturday.
God, do you know what I thought you were saying then? Really weird. I thought you were doing Cockney rhyming slang. So instantly I went, you thought you were getting a geezer come round on Sunday. Because that's fridge freezer is slang for geezer. So I was like, why has he got a geezer coming round on a Sunday? And then I realised you weren't actually doing Cockney rhyming slang. You were just actually talking.
Trying.
Save the confusions with Cockney rhyming.
So obviously we need a fridge freezer. We moved in, got 2 young kids.
That doesn't really matter. But.
And no, but I know they don't know that. But it's pretty urgent. And moved in on a Saturday, needed it Sunday. Doesn't turn up. So I phone up Monday. I'm like, oh, just wondering where our fridge freezer was yesterday. Oh yes, out on delivery for either today or tomorrow. And I'm like, what happened to yesterday? And they're like, well, we don't deliver on a Sunday. I'm like, but I got told you were delivering it. No, you wouldn't have got told that. And
Oh
I'm like,
God, I hate that.
and this is Curry's, big company,
Oh,
right?
I hate that.
So I'm like, but I got told that, and I got told a time. But I don't know why. I'm really sorry. I said, but that's not good enough. If I'm being told something and you're telling me that didn't happen, it's not good enough. I'm going fucking berserk. And do you know what they said to me?
What?
Mate, stay calm. Do you know what I do? Do you know what I do, which I find funny, which I think diffuses me slightly? I apologise in advance for how I'm going to talk to someone if I'm going to go Gary. Because I can be so horribly abusive. It's horrendous.
I think that's reasonable.
And for me, and at the end of the day, it's not. I apologise to people if it's not. Like if someone else has told me, Gary's told me that the fridge freezer's been delivered on Sunday, and Steve's on the phone. Steve's fucking taking it in the backside.
Sorry, dude. I know this is nothing to do with you whatsoever, but
you need to
you're
deflect
get
this
the
abuse.
Double-barreled, like.
So do you know what I did? Mate, he's like, really sorry, we've let you down, blah blah blah. I'll give you a £25 Curry's voucher.
It's even the worst.
And I went, I can't remember whether I laughed or whether I screamed, but I said to him, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to give it to someone as a shit Christmas present. And do you know his reaction?
What?
He fucking burst out laughing, which is brilliant. Because
no.
I laughed. He took it in good humour in the end. And, it was okay. But my expectation was, it was being delivered. And then they're like, no, we didn't tell you that. It's like, well, you fucking did.
Yeah, it annoys me when companies are like that. But again,
I don't think that's unreasonable.
It's not unreasonable, but do you see like how we're... Oh, hi, Farley. Right.
Farley.
Do you see how we're talking about things that are like the centre of our world?
Yeah.
And can you imagine how many orders, not anymore because they've gone bust, but Curry's get? Like,
Wasn't it Curry's PC? What didn't it go as PC?
It was Curry's PC World, but they don't exist anymore.
Neither.
As far as I know, I think they're gone completely.
I thought PC World did.
No, I think Curry's PC World have gone now.
PC World.
Because it was Dixon's as well, wasn't it?
Dixon's, yeah.
Yeah, it was Dixon's because they're all part of the same group.
Do you know what? I used to love walking into a place like that and you'd just like look at all the computers and shit.
Because you never afford
all the
them,
gadgets.
could you?
Yeah, still can't.
That's me on the mouse pad, sorry. But you do, because you want... But again, I don't think it's unreasonable. If that's your business, and your business is you're selling, fridges in your example, and...
He's a good singer.
And you want to be... And you want it to be delivered on a specific date, and that's your fucking business, you've got to get it right. If your business is delivering fucking trade food, right, then there's an expectation there that... this isn't just someone's fucking Friday afternoon lunch.
Yeah.
This is going to be for a trade, for a restaurant or a fucking something like that.
Yeah.
That's your fucking job. That's what you went into the industry to do. Do you know what I mean? You went in to serve the trade. It's not a fucking... No, because it pisses me off.
No, I know, that's what I'm laughing.
When people think they're doing you a fucking favour. This is your fucking business.
Yeah, I know.
This is what you do.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's also, I understand, like, take Curry's. They probably, I don't know how big Curry's were back there, but they're pretty fucking big.
Again, it's not your problem.
No,
you didn't. They said to you, they said to you, right, David, we have got fridge freezers. Would you like a fridge freezer? And you go, yes, I would love a fridge freezer. Fantastic, brilliant, because that's what we sell. Yeah. We sell fridge freezers.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm on your side of this, but I'm just trying to look from the other side. Like, they might have had in, over that week, let's say 10,000 orders.
Yeah.
To 20,000 orders.
Yeah.
Whatever it might be. Unfortunately, there will always be human error.
Yeah. And the more humans involved, there will be human errors. Yeah.
Which is absolutely shit when I'm waiting for my fridge freezer. That didn't help the fact that tap running.
That's Farley having a wee.
Oh. Excuse me. So it's a fucking tap running.
No, it's not.
It's in the kitchen. I know what tap running sound like. So I understand... I get that, but that doesn't help me when I've needed my fridge freezer. So I'm not sure. It's still unreasonable that they didn't deliver it, but I don't know what I'm not sure where the middle ground on it is. Does that make sense?
Okay, well, what would be a reasonable expectation?
The reasonable expectation is they said they would deliver on a Sunday, didn't.
Okay, yeah, but you've got to accept that was no longer an option. What would have then been?
I can't remember whether they were going to be. I think they delivered it on Tuesday.
Right.
The reasonable expectation after that was they should have delivered it as soon as they got off the phone on Monday. Yeah. Now, that might have done. I can't remember exactly what it was. I was so caught up in the moment of the £25 shithouse voucher.
Yeah. Sometimes those things they piss you off, don't they? But it'd be a bit like you fucking, going to a dinner party of like 40 people, for example, that's been booked in fucking months, they've done the thing, and you're serving up, and you only serve up 38 plates, right? And them going, but you're 2 missing. Yeah, sorry, dude. I mean, I've done 38. So...
Well, this was the point. That's the point I was going to get to, was exactly that. Like...
Tell you what I'll do. I'll give you 2 extra plates next time.
Yeah. So let's say I was a huge catering business.
Yeah.
And I was doing weddings 3 days a week, huge weddings for 200-300 people.
Yeah.
There might be mistakes here and there.
Yeah.
But if someone's just got married and you want 200 plates of whatever you've ordered, if you turn up with 199, that is so not good enough.
No, exactly.
I would expect a punch in the face.
Well,
I'd expect to be absolutely ridiculed, because that's completely unreasonable.
I know what you see. I think, and I'm making some huge assumptions here, but
nuance.
In that situation, I reckon you would identify that fairly early on in the process, and you'd send someone out to a supermarket.
Just do something.
You'd do something. You'd either send someone out to a supermarket, maybe. Just do something. You know? Because ultimately, what would all that needed on that situation on that Sunday was for Currys to phone you up on Sunday morning and say, "Look, I'm really sorry. We know you've got your delivery down here for today. I'm not sure how this has happened because we actually don't deliver to your area on a Sunday. What I have managed to do is get it on pre-10 o'clock on Monday, and as a gesture of goodwill, we're going to give you £50 voucher to spend, because obviously you've just moved into a new home, therefore securing further business, because you might need a kettle toaster, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
But really sorry about that.
People don't look at it like that. And also, like, matey on the phone, he gave me...
Doesn't give a fuck about minimum wage.
Yeah. He's like, literally like, oh yeah, you should have done, it's booked out for whatever, Monday, Tuesday, sorry mate. Discount. Oh yeah, I can do you £25.
Yeah.
Oh, so I'll give it to someone for a shit Christmas present. Oh, I'm really sorry, Mrs. Sergeant. There you go. And then
it's not going to affect him at all.
No.
But again, that comes down to what we were saying at the beginning, wasn't it? About your staff not really, not really caring.
What are your sort of expectations from? Do you have like a regular expectation in life that you not get let down on, that people think is an unreasonable expectation then?
That their time is more important than mine. All the time.
It's funny you think that when you're late a lot. Like you're late, what, 9?
But that's interesting, isn't it?
I don't know. You need
see.
to...
This is actually really interesting.
You're doing a funny face.
Yeah,
there.
No, because it is interesting. Because again, even by you saying I'm late, right?
You'd look slightly aggravated by that.
No, because I'm also trying.
I'm not saying it to
I'm
aggravate
also
you.
not trying to be a dick, but I value our time, that is a high priority for me.
No.
But I will only ever be late if whatever I was doing was more important than what I should have been doing with us. Now, that's what's funny with that is what you just said, is because in your mind, so what I'm doing...
Right? I know what you said, yeah.
Subconsciously, I'm going, well, like it's not like I'm like, oh, sorry, dude, I was fucking hell, I had to go and have a couple of pints on the way in, like...
That probably has...
No, not at all, never.
Stephen?
No, it hasn't.
Stephen?
No, 100%. Don't be a dick.
Right? Ooh! Put your fucking handbag... Your handbag's over there, put it away.
So, but, equally, you sitting around waiting for me, that's not cool, because that's your time that's more precious. So there's always going to be, but that comes down to what I said about the the survival thing.
Yeah.
You know, there's always going to be
Yeah.
a scenario, and that's where you have to weigh it up in friendships, isn't it? Because I come in and say, "Oh yeah, sorry, dude, you know, I had to deal with this morning," and then you have the decision to go, "Well, actually, no, I don't think that's okay," or "Oh, right, fair enough. Yeah, it's annoying that you were late, but I kind of, if I was in that, that's what I try and do. If I was in that situation, would I find that reasonable?"
Yeah, I think the worst about you being late is like 10. I expect you always to be late, and that's not me being horrible. It's just that.
Well,
it's when you're like an hour and a half late. That's just to me. I don't understand that, because unless something drastic's happened, to be an hour late when you live 10 minutes away from me at night, 5 minutes or whatever. That I struggle to understand how you. And I know
you do. Yeah.
But on the other hand, you tried to cram so much time in. Yeah, you try cramming time in. Isn't that ironically to say that? But you try to cram in. It's like was it? Yeah, it was yesterday. You got a phone call from a mate saying that you could really do with a chat, quick coffee, and so. But you already had your day was. I know your day was already fucking full.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden, to me, I'd have been like, and now this is slightly different because I know the conversation.
Yeah.
And it was.
I didn't know the conversation though until I got there.
But you knew it was relatively urgent.
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe that's slightly different. So I would have probably tried to put that in if a mate had phoned me up, was like, and you could tell by his voice. But you do have this tendency to cram stuff in, like pack it full, and then be like, fucking G said this, I've said that, and blah, 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 and then all of a sudden that like 10-hour period that you've got fairly well down, you've crammed a load of other stuff in. You actually need another 3 hours on top of that that aren't there.
Well, no, and that's basically it. There's a number of things going on there. You know, that kind of comes full circle to my time being precious. Like I try and cram in as much as possible. I don't like gaps. To me are dead time, unearned.
Farley's the same as that though. Yeah. She fucking like,
but she's a lot more structured, obviously. So yeah, I do have that as an issue. I also don't like letting people down. This is a funny thing because inevitably I end up letting people down. You know, because if I'd actually just said no in the first place, it'd probably be in a better position of saying yes and then it being late or whatever it might be. But I have a real problem with that. But you know, that comes back to me. You know, we've banged on about this.
People pleaser.
You know, I'm a people pleaser, and that's because I need affirmation in my life, and validation to know that I'm actually a good enough person. Yeah, because I don't get that actually.
From yourself?
From myself or anything in life, actually. You know, I don't get from anyone, really, that I'm good enough, you know. So, apart from when people show me and tell me, you know, which tends to not happen unless I do something that is not normal, if that's weird.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, it only happens... It's almost like... I imagine it's a bit like... I'm trying to think of a really good analogy, but you know, if you go to a restaurant and you have an absolutely exceptional time, you know, like you arrive, you're greeted by front of house perfectly, you sit down, the waitresses or waiters are absolutely attentive, you know, they're knowledgeable, your food comes out and it's perfect, it's hot, it's, you know, and then you leave and it's completely fantastic. You go, do you know what, that wasn't just good food, that was a great experience. I'm going to leave a 5-star review, I'm going to leave a tip. I tend to only get affirmation from things like that, not just, which is actually counterproductive, not just by existing. So I feel that just existing, I'm not good enough. So what I have to give as by default is not good enough. The only way...
You do know you need to work on
I'm good enough is by doing extra and above and beyond. Yeah, so just being... And I am getting better, don't get me wrong. Actually, ironically, a good friend of mine, and you, I think, have said as well. That's funny. You are a good friend, but you and another friend have said to me, dude, like, you don't need to do that.
No.
Just that is enough.
Yeah.
Like, you don't need to stop it.
I've been saying that a lot.
Stop doing that.
Yeah.
Right. And a couple of people have said that to me. Now those people are really, really good friends of mine. Like, and I do feel like completely different about them, because I don't feel, funny enough, I don't feel like they have any expectations of me. Whereas previously, I've been projecting expectations.
Yeah.
So I think the only way that you're going to love me and see me as a good enough person is if I act in a certain way.
Yeah.
And then, of course, when I do that, they didn't ask me to do that, and they're not expecting me. They don't have those expectations.
Yeah.
They're my expectations,
Yeah.
right? Then I'm like, okay, I've not only, I've gone above and beyond, dude. Like, why are you not telling me that, why are you not patting me on the head and chipping me on the chin and saying, and that gets me every time, like 100%, because I'm like, fucking hell, I've literally, and there's no, they won't realise that I've, for example, been an hour late to come and see you, and then you're pissed off. They won't realise that I've said to Paige, sorry, I can't take you driving tonight, babe, because I've got to do this. Oh, okay. They won't realise that I've been late to dinner, or I've missed a client meeting, or all these other things that have had, bigger impacts on me personally. And then when I see someone, this happens to me daily, by the way, that person's just like, so they'll either go, or they'll go, well, I didn't ask you to. You can't argue with that. No, you didn't.
Yeah.
No, you didn't ask me to.
But is that because
it's me.
Literally, what you've just said, like, oh yeah, sorry, Paige, babe, I can't take that, blah blah. That's how, and that's not made up.
No, it's not at all. No,
because you try to cram so much in to please so many people.
Yeah. And all that I end up doing is, it's so fucking hilarious, actually, when you look back at it, is that what I'm doing is seeking validation that I'm good enough. I can't do that just by existing, so I have to do that by overdoing.
Yeah.
Right? By exceeding expectations.
Why do you not think you're not good enough?
I don't know.
Don't just poo-poo
No,
the
I'm not.
question.
But I haven't finished my story. And then, ironically, I put in so much effort, so much self-sacrifice, letting down other people along the way, that I end up feeling worse than I did. So not only have I not got the validation I was seeking, the validation I was seeking, it actually feels like I'm negative validation. Because now, not only is that person not happy with me, but you're unhappy with me because I was late, Paige's unhappy with me because I've not been driving, such and such is happy because... So, but actually, if that person was just like, oh, do you know what? That's amazing. Like, thank you so much. I really appreciate that, what you've just done to me. I'll never go, oh yeah, well you should be because I've done that and that and that. But it makes it okay. And it's all about...
so it validates you being late for everyone else.
It's spinning plates. It's like, okay, right, you've had your bit of Steve for today. I've let Dave down a little bit, so I'm going to go and work on spin Dave. All right, okay, Dave, you're right. Yeah. We've spent the day together. Right. Oh, Paige, you're over there. Okay, right, Dave, I'll see you tomorrow.
Don't.
No, but I know I'm speaking in analogies, but that I'm just trying to give you a bit of a...
Yeah, no.
and others as well, because I'm sure I'm not the only
get
one.
it. Yeah.
But it all comes, and I'm gonna draw this out, and I'll maybe share it. Like, I've been working on this thing in my head of this flow chart.
Oh, you said you were going to draw it, yeah.
Yeah, because it all comes. I'm starting to see things so much clearly, like paths, and it comes down to back to being enough. As a kid, like just being enough. And that's all it comes back to. That I've never learned my own self-worth, and I've never learned, That's why I had this great big thing about I want everyone to like me. The masks from a few years ago. You know, oh, if I act a certain way, you're going to like me, so I'm going to act this way to my absolute own demise.
Yeah.
Right?
Completely.
I will do whatever you fucking want me to do, as long as you say, oh, you're all right. You are. I like you. Absolute self fucking degradation.
Yeah.
It is like, I used this analogy with Dave the other day. Not you, Dave therapist. Always find it weird that therapist is the rapist, because I always write Dave the rapist. That's weird, isn't it? Don't you find that's odd?
Yeah, well, don't put rapist.
Therapist is the rapist.
Yeah.
It's odd, isn't it? What was he saying? I was using the analogy of pimps and hookers. And it's like, that hooker stays with a pimp because she's relatively safe. She's got a place to live. Again, it might be fucking scummy above a flat, above an Indian restaurant or something like that, right? Or a Chinese restaurant or a fish and chip shop.
Yeah,
or
be
whatever.
careful. More racism.
Dirty fucking walls, mouldy walls, stinky mattress.
You're about the
all that
Indian
kind of
restaurant?
stuff. No, the hooker and her flat, right?
The hooker's got mouldy walls.
No, but do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
But she gets a fucking dirty old chicken sandwich every day, right? But she's not out on the streets. She's not hungry. You know, she's very much not okay. And to leave that and go out to actually find something better. What?
Are you implying you're a dirty hooker?
To leave something.
I'm making jokes. Is that what you're saying?
That,
Are you the dirty hooker?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. To leave that.
I bet you'd be cheap as fuck.
Leave that. Yeah, absolutely, of course. Yeah, as long as you tell me I'm good. As long as you tell me I'm a good person.
Do you know what? That's sort of funny, but not. But that's what you'd be like.
Yeah.
You're like, I'll do it.
But it is, dude.
I'll do it for free. Just tell me I'm good.
It is what I'm like.
Yeah.
That is why I'm late.
Because you're dirty.
No. Yeah. Because
Jesus.
Because I'm saying yes. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You want me to do that? Yeah, I can do that then. You want me to do it? Yeah, I can do that then. Yeah. Yeah. I can do that. I can do that.
Because you've been in. Like, we'll be having conversations sometimes, and you'll say, I've got to do this, and I won't be saying anything, so I've been thinking, that's just got fucking absolute late written all over it, and I don't understand. But how do you stack that up in your own mind when you're like cramming in loads of stuff? Do you just think, I'll be fine, I'll get it done? Or because I'd be thinking, because my brain's so logical, it's like I've got written down everything we're doing today at times.
How are we getting on?
Actually, it's gone up. Because you had that meeting with the matey. Because I'd be, I don't know. I wouldn't put it down. I wouldn't put it in my mind or down on paper because it's not happening. Because it can't. There's not enough time to do it. So I'm just wondering how your brain works.
Because it's
or
not...
is it just like, do you know what, I'll do that. Yeah, I'll meet up with you. Yeah. Oh, you need this taken. Oh, yeah. Do you want lunch?
It works on paper, right? So I can fill my day full of things, but I don't ever factor in, and again, this is quite funny because this is then my projections of expectations with other things. You know, I don't factor in anything else. I don't factor in other people being late, traffic.
Yeah.
You know, a phone call that might come in at the last minute that overruns. Like, I don't factor fuck all in.
I think the big one for me is when you're like, you need to be somewhere at 1:30 and you'll leave here at 1:30 and you've got like a 10-minute drive, and I'm thinking, I'll be like, but you've got to drive. Why are you leaving when you need to be at the meeting?
Yeah.
But that's a good one for you though, because you don't factor that in.
I don't. No, I'm aware of it, and you know, and I think what I'm starting to become really clear about is, you know, I could beat myself up till the old, you know, them cows.
The old heifers come home.
But ultimately, that's a symptom of my problems, and like you cannot really cure just a symptom. You know, until I can be like, do you know what? I'm actually quite a worthy person. Like I'm a nice guy that cares and is worthy, right? Once I can do those, right, things will start to, these things
course.
that come off will start to change.
So why don't you think you're worthy? So that's what I think I asked that a minute ago. No.
Okay, that's I love that question. What in my life to date has given me the impression that I'm a worthwhile person?
Why do you need to be given the impression?
I don't know any other way.
Christ, so this is spinning round.
There you go.
No, but I don't see.
How do you know that you're a worthwhile person?
I just think my life's worth something. I never used to think it was. It's got to be worth something. I'm here. I just like to.
How do you know though that you're worthwhile?
I don't know. I've got no evidence, but why do I need evidence?
It's how people act, I guess. Or is that not how it works for you?
So I suppose for me, if I feel like I'm doing the right thing, being kind, trying to do the right things for people.
Expectations.
Yeah, like you phone me up and go, mate, I feel shit.
Yeah.
And I had another mate phone me up who was in a bad way sort of last week, and it was, because you were here at the time, I was incredibly upset afterwards, but I felt like I was there to help and I was doing the sort of right thing. I'm not materialistic driven, so I think that helps a lot with making me feel better.
Yeah.
But there's no sort of validation as such. No, like people say I can cook and people say nice things, but that doesn't mean, and that's really kind and people are lovely and they say nice things about my food and about my book.
So you're,
Did you
funny.
know about? But
You're content with your life.
But that doesn't, that's not, that's, Christ, talking about myself in second person, that's like the Chef Sergeant persona.
Yeah.
And that's lovely and it makes me feel good, obviously. But I don't have, I think unless you're fucking Mother Teresa, or you're saving.
Always talk about Mother Teresa. I'd love
unless
to
you're saving millions of
she's
people.
A bitch.
Yeah,
but can you imagine that? She's a fucking miserable bitch.
I suppose that gives you some sort of validation. I don't know, maybe. But I think it's just how you feel as a person. I think if you love yourself and you feel good about yourself, I think that's validation.
Okay, but they're words. When you say you love yourself and you feel good about yourself, so here's the thing that this is fucking great, right? I'm not sure I can tell you what love is, right? I'm not sure I know what it feels to be loved or to love, right? So I'm not sure. I know, don't get me wrong, I might be loved and I might love, but I'm not entirely sure what that feels like as in an actual quantifiable feeling, right?
Was that changed since you come off the medication though?
No.
Okay.
And the other thing you said is good. Again, I feel like that's quite subjective. Like, what makes a good... Like, when you say good...
Oh, when I said I feel like I do good things or something.
Yeah.
Just like answering the phone to my mate and helping him out, putting him in touch with people, holding the door open for people.
And that's enough for
helping
you,
a fucking granny that's fallen over on the ground, or, she can't get a shopping in the car. That, I feel, is part of why I'm here. Just to try to do good things. And it's only small things.
Yeah.
But they don't have to be grand gestures.
No.
Like saying to people, you're all right.
Do you feel like
You're okay,
you're on... Mate? Do you feel like you're on a journey? Or do you feel like...
of course.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, hell yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and I like it.
So you're on a journey.
Yeah. And the end of it is when I die.
You're doing good on the way.
Yeah.
But you're definitely going somewhere.
Am I going somewhere?
Well, you must be, because you're on a journey.
Yeah, but life's a journey. It doesn't just because you say it's a journey, to me it doesn't mean like I'm going somewhere.
Well,
we're going for a meeting. We should be at a meeting in half an hour. This is ironic.
Plenty of time.
And that's part of the journey of today, and then we're going to do whatever after. and then tomorrow the day starts again.
No,
so
but
you're not moving.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about, because we're talking quite big things. We're talking like, you know, like being loved and appreciated and stuff like that. So and what makes you feel like you're you're content with who you are. And, and you know, you don't need to do grand gestures. You don't need to you know, go out of your way to please other people. Like, why do you feel like that?
Oh, good question. I used to be the same as you. I used to feel like I had to please people and do this and fucking wipe everyone's fucking arse. But I don't. It's a waste of time.
But why do you feel like you're good enough?
Dude, why am I not? Tell me why am I not?
So, yeah, okay, just as good, yeah.
Why am I not?
Well,
I'm 6'2".
I don't know.
I'm like a donkey.
I don't know, dude. Like,
no, come on, no.
No, I don't. I genuinely don't. I'm asking you why
I know.
you feel, because I would love to feel good enough.
That's because you don't love yourself.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Like,
you don't. You just don't.
That's what I'm trying to get to.
Yeah. Okay.
So you do love yourself.
Yeah, of course, of course. And people.
What do you love about yourself?
No, so I don't like. See, okay, so there's two ways you can look at this. You know, when you see like a fucking fella and he's got his shirt off and he's like walking down the street, you're like,
yeah,
fuck,
oh no, I'm not. Yeah, I'm not.
No. So I'm trying to define. You know, for people like, look at that fucking geezer. Yeah, hail Caesar. Oh, look at that fucking geezer. He loves himself, doesn't he? When actually,
he doesn't.
And actually, he probably fucking doesn't. He feels like shit.
No,
and
that's
actually,
why he's got his shirt off, because he doesn't love himself.
Yeah, and actually, he's just stacked and he just wants to get some sun.
Yeah,
and he's really paranoid because he thinks he probably looks like shit.
Yeah.
So no, I don't love myself in that way. I'm not like, oh, fucking check me out.
No, but I'm trying to understand why are you content? What in your life makes you content?
My relationship, my work. I earn a half decent wage. You know, it's not. The only stress I've got really is what I put myself under. I've got some decent family. Kids are healthy. I don't really know what to say to... What was the question you asked?
Well,
why am I content?
Yeah,
I'm content
I'm trying to understand how you love yourself. Like, how you're like... Do you know what? I love... Yeah, I'm a decent person.
I think my turning point was when I realised I needed to make some changes in my life.
Yeah.
And one of those was not kill myself.
Yeah.
But actually, do you know what? I'm all right. Life would actually be worse if I wasn't here. And don't get me fucking wrong. You know this is true.
Yeah.
Some days you think, the other week, last week, this week, whatever, I felt an absolute fucking loser.
Yeah.
And I just thought, what a waster. And I don't like saying that out loud now because it makes me feel bad.
Yeah.
But talking to myself like that. But at the time, it's just like, you're a fucking loser. So, but that's just the mind playing tricks on you.
Yeah, you're putting unreasonable expectations on yourself.
There could be that. It could be that. Yeah. It just felt like, yeah, it probably is that. So since then, I've thought, do you know what? You are good enough. You don't need to die.
Yeah.
And like sooner than what you're trying to. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And actually, your life is worth something.
Yeah.
So your
life... No, it's fine. Like, your life is what... But, yeah, and this is classic, isn't it? Like, how different... Not different... Well, yeah, different. But, like, for me... Like, I genuinely believe that... Like, I could go today and it would mean fuck all to anyone. Like, because I don't believe I add any value to this world at all. Do you know what I mean? And and that's why I find it so hard to believe, and that's why I'm constantly like, you know, and we only got to this because we were talking about the fucking mind map of I suppose it's cause and effect, because, you know, when I was growing up, I was shown love by being fucked by my dad. You know, that for me, that was like, okay, you know, he loves me. I do this. That's it. I get to spend time with him. You know, get to spend time with him. Like he loves me, right? And then of course that goes on for the majority of my my childhood life. I go to secondary school. I find it difficult to make friends. I guess because I've not really learned. I never had any friends growing up. It was just me and my dad. You know, I never really I only really got friends when I was like, well, secondary school. Do you know what I mean? It was very isolated, like growing up. So I'd not really had an exposure. You know, I went to school, but you know, no one really wanted to be my friend because I used to shit myself, you know, in lessons and stuff like that. So we can laugh. It is funny. So you know, I was that kid that shit himself. No one wants to be a friend with a fucking weirdo that shits himself. I had fucking NHS glasses and great big curly hair, and you know, I just didn't fit in. Big forehead, obviously, and I used to shit myself. So. And my parents never used to buy me any clothes. So I had like holey trousers and all that kind of shit. And I'm just trying to paint a picture.
Yeah.
I'm
I know you're not trying to get the violins out.
Right?
I know.
And then you get to secondary school and nothing really's changed, you know? Like I've now got the fucking emotions coming in, but I'm a bit like, well, I'm starting to think to myself, well, none of my other friends are mentioning sleeping with their dad. Like I wonder what the fuck's going on. Do you know, is that not what happens? You know, I'm starting to... And it sounds fucking crazy to people because people ask me, they say, well, why? Surely when you got to like a certain age, you thought to yourself, oh, this isn't right. Why would I? I didn't know that that's not what everyone's dad does.
Fucking hell.
Why would you think that?
I don't know.
You know, why would you think, you know, we're you know, like, I know it's not the same, but people read bedtime stories to their kids. But there's no difference. Do you know what I mean?
No,
it's
I know what you know.
It's just kind of like
it.
Michael
I don't
McIntyre.
get it, but I understand what you're saying.
Or Michael McIntyre in one of his sketches, he says, "Oh, we play these things in our house called pants down," right? And it's and you can see the audience a bit like it's a bit fucking weird. Where you know his kids run up the stairs, and he's like, "Hey, pants down," and he pulls their pants down, running up the stairs. Now. That's probably quite frowned upon nowadays. But again...
Why it would be, fuck knows.
Like, but that's not what a lot of people... I'm pretty sure that if those kids went to school, so does your dad play pants down with you?
Yeah, probably wouldn't, yeah.
Do you see what I mean?
Yeah,
so
okay.
it's like... So it's...
I suppose it's so extreme what happened to you. So, like...
It's difficult to fathom, isn't it?
Yeah, about as fucked as it can be. I suppose it's so extreme that... Trying to understand
it's impossible. Yeah,
it is really
impossible.
Like I've heard about all sorts of fucking shit you've said about it.
You can't.
And I don't want to understand.
No.
I understand, but I don't want to because it's so upsetting. And obviously I do, but do you know what I mean?
The thing is, there's a lot of people think it's not the physical side of it. You know, it's not the pain. It's not the physical act of what happened. It's not even that. It's everything else. You know, it's like that was the love. You know, going to secondary school, growing up, you know, again being quite isolated, having 2 or 3 friends, you know, and then kind of walking around on my own when they weren't in and that kind of stuff. Do you know what I mean? Meeting Rhea, disclosing the abuse, yeah, and then my entire family going, "You're talking shit," and walking away. You know, and from that moment. Being completely fucking alone in the world, just having Rhea, right? And moving forward on a basis of not having learned anything, any values, had a father figure. My father figure was, oh, you rape kids, right? My values were, when the going gets tough, you abandon everyone, you abandon who you love, and you walk away. They were my values. So I guess for me, that cause and effect has been, don't want to be like that. I want to be the complete opposite. So now I do everything I fucking can, even as far as, here I am, here we are, talking about trying to help people.
Yeah.
Just one person I want to help. Just like, if, just going over and above, but I keep being dragged back. And when I visualise it, when you get like like a ghost film, where they kind of get pushed back and their legs and their arms are out and they're going back against the wall. That's how I visualise being pushed back. Every time someone hurts me, every time I give my absolute fucking everything to someone, because in a really fucked up way, I feel like I've got to repent for what happened to me, right? And they basically go, fuck off, and push you away, and I fly backwards. And I start all over again. I'm like, oh, do you know what? I did that, and it cost me so much personally. No, I'm not talking money. I don't give a fuck about money, right? I'm talking integrity. I'm talking inside. I'm talking, everything else that comes around it. Everyone else that's been affected by me going, I'm going to do this for you today. You going, you don't, but you're always fucking late. Rhea going, why the fuck aren't you home for dinner? Again, she doesn't do that, but like, why are you always putting everyone before us? Other things, kids, clients, friends, like, and then I go, I was just trying to do right.
So let me ask you a question. A minute ago, you said you felt like if you weren't here now, no one would give a fuck.
Yeah.
Because what makes you... What's...
Evidence.
What evidence?
Well, I mean...
You said no one would give a fuck. That's what you said.
Yeah.
Okay. So what evidence have you got that no one...
Because...
Think about it.
I am, yeah. Apart from you and maybe a handful of other people that are currently in my life.
So what you said wasn't true?
You've not given me any evidence right this second to believe the contrary, but my experience tells me...
But no, you just contradicted yourself. You said no one, and then you've said me and a handful of other people. I'm pushing back on it because what you're saying is the words that can be really quite hurtful to you.
What?
Like, no one gives a fuck. Well, that's not true. So, and you've just contradicted yourself. I'm trying to make you understand. I'm trying to make you understand that what you were saying wasn't true.
And again, I can take what you're saying at face value, right? And you've been a beautiful friend to me, right? You know that. But, everything in my life...
Not I have been, I am.
You are, yeah,
Yeah,
sorry.
so you're not fucking dead.
But everything...
Dying.
Everything in my... Every bit of evidence I've got, and it's no different, I know I'm really fucking trivialising this, there must be things, you know that if you put fucking... if you over whisk egg whites past their peaks, they'll turn into liquid. Is that right? They do, don't they? If you over whisk egg whites,
I suppose if you went for a long time,
then they go back to liquid, don't they? Yeah. That's me. I know. I mean, okay, so it's probably
sure,
not
I don't
great.
know that.
I think that's true. Yeah, check it out.
I thought just get over whipped.
No, I think they go back to.
I've never seen that.
Try it.
I know when you whip them and then they leave the stand, then they get liquid.
No, if you keep going, they go back.
Oh, okay. I suppose I've always got it right, so I've never...
But my evidence, and therefore my reasonable expectations of people, right, is that they will reject me at some point.
But you're looking for an answer to this question I'm saying that doesn't mean anything to me. Like, you're like, I'll get rejected. No, you said, if I wasn't here now, no one would give a fuck. So then I said, okay, so what makes you think I've been validated? And then you turn around and say, well, there's you and a handful of other people. So what you've said isn't true.
Okay, no, yeah, fair enough.
I'm not.
No, you're right.
I'm not being a.
I'm
not being a dick about it.
Factually, I'm sure that you, Fee, Rhea, the kids, a couple of other friends, I'm sure you'd be upset if I weren't here. Cry for a bit and that. But what I'm trying to say is, I'm not beyond that.
Okay, here's a great point. Here's a really great point. Sorry to jump in. Okay, so you know that me and my dad went to Man Down.
Yeah.
On last Thursday.
Yeah.
My dad was struggling.
Yeah.
And I forgot to tell you, this is a really, 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 really great point.
Right.
But it means a lot.
Yeah.
My dad was saying, because my dad was struggling, he said, this is very similar to what you said.
Yeah.
He said, people will be upset for a few days and then they'll get over it and they'll move on like this. And this bloke, after my dad finished talking, this bloke goes,
"What would you want them to do?"
No.
Okay.
This bloke said, "So you're presuming that people are going to be upset for a few days and then that's it?" My dad's like, "Yeah, I suppose so, mate." He's like, so you're presuming that. So you're presuming like that's all that's going to happen. People are going to be upset for a few days.
Yeah.
And do you know what? It fucking blew me away.
No, it doesn't blow me away at all.
Because, no, wait.
Yeah.
Because my dad was like, that's a really good point. Maybe they'll be affected more. And then this bloke spoke and he said, I can't say too much, but he said, my kids probably just think I'm just a waste of space. So I said to him, you just said to my dad an hour ago what you said. And I said, you're presuming your kids think you're a waste of space. Do you know that? He's like, no, I don't actually. I'm just presuming they do. So, no, you can pull that face.
Yeah.
But
they're just words. They are just words.
But what you're saying is just words.
It's not. They're my feelings.
No, they're just words. Don't know. So what you're saying is when Matey was saying, my kids think probably think I'm a waste of space or whatever.
No, they were his feelings. Yeah. Fair play. Yeah.
But all of what we say as feelings is done in a certain feeling.
Yeah. No, you're right. You are right.
So it's not just
but it doesn't feel. It doesn't feel the same, does it? It doesn't feel.
Of course it does.
It doesn't. It just doesn't feel.
What doesn't?
Enough.
What doesn't?
So to me, that's very much like earlier therapists that I've had. That the very first thing that anyone would usually say to me is, "It wasn't your fault," and that was meant to. I was meant to go, "Holy fuck! Oh my god, really?"
That's cured.
Oh shit!
Not cured.
Do you know what I mean?
No, but that's nothing like that. That's
what words like that make me feel.
So okay, you be very careful.
No.
Be very careful about this.
I don't need to be.
You do.
Go on.
So you think people are like going to be upset for a few days and that's it?
But you know what?
So Steve Brooks been found fucking dead. He's killed himself.
Yeah.
And you think, honestly, Do
you know what? Oh, don't stop crying. Do you know what actually came to my mind?
You just think people are going to be upset just for a couple of days.
Do you know what actually came? Do you know what I thought you were going to say? I thought you were going to say, you'll be lucky if they'll be upset for a couple of days. Like, we assume that people be upset at all. But
people will be.
Yeah, but I don't understand that.
Well,
Why?
You don't understand
Why?
that people fucking care.
Why?
What do you mean, why what?
But that's my point.
No, it's not, you haven't answered it. Why what?
Well, why would they? Why would they care?
How would they not care?
Well, you can't just keep asking the same question.
But I don't understand why would your wife and kids not care?
I think Well, this is coming back to the expectations, isn't it? And the reasonable expectations that we've been talking about this time. It's, it's more about, and I said right at the beginning of this, it's more about me than it is them right now, right? So, because I've not found or been able to identify what makes me enough.
Right.
Right, so you said that earlier, and I was hoping that you were going to come out with some kind of formula so I could copy it, right? But you have.
Do you know what the formula is? It's working on yourself.
I'm still trying to find it. And every time I try and find it, it gets kicked back at me. Even though I give it my all every time. And it's not just that
So you're
focus.
So here's a point. So you're putting it on other people to find it for you.
No.
Yeah, no, you are.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you are. Because you definitely are. Because you're saying you give your all to someone and they throw it back in your face and you have to start again. And you've just said that's you trying to find.
Well, yeah, I'm trying to get.
So why are you giving it? Why are you leaving it to someone else?
It is. It is
Why
absolutely. It is absolutely expecting that person.
So someone else's fault.
No, it's not someone else's fault at
no.
all. But that's what I said earlier. Because I've got no doubt that Rhea and the kids and you and Fee and all my close friends, they love me. I've got no doubt of that. I understand that. I understand the concept that you care about me, right?
But you're putting it on someone else so you can find.
Because I don't know what it feels like.
So why are you putting it on someone else? You can't find it in someone else.
What's the alternative? Well, you're actually shocked, dude. I don't know that.
No, but I've just realised you're putting it on someone else. You're expecting someone else to make you love yourself.
Yeah.
How can... What's that got to do... To be blunt, what the fuck's that got to do with anyone else?
It hasn't.
It's not got nothing to do with me.
The problem is I'm seeking the feeling of love and happiness. And I haven't found it yet.
You're seeking love and happiness, but that's nothing to do with the validation. Nothing. Sorry,
it's like
nothing
WD-40.
It's nothing to shut up.
No, it is.
It's nothing to do.
He was seeking water displacement.
Yeah, it took him 40 times.
It took him 40 times. But you laugh at that analogy, but that's literally my life.
But you're expecting, like...
Got 10 minutes to.
She knows you. You're going to be late. Or we're going to be late. She doesn't know me.
She don't know me.
But you're expecting... Okay. So you've got a day ahead of you and you've got meetings, blah, blah, blah. You're packed out and then you stick in there. I call you up and say, mate, I need to talk. Yeah, okay, we'll go for coffee. That fucks the whole day up.
Yeah.
Sorry, no, ignore that. So you give me like everything. Like we have a chat and you like go in and and because you're seeking love and validation from me.
Yeah.
And then I throw it back in your face in some way. I don't give you full validation. Why is that gonna affect whether you love yourself or not?
Because I think I live for other people, not me.
But you realise it's fuck all to do with anyone else, don't you?
It isn't, is it really? Because if let's say that
you won't put it to fucking.
Right, it's a classic fucking analogy. Every single dinner party you go to, they all turn around and say, "Do you know what? That was the worst fucking meal I've ever had." Every single time that you go and cook for someone,
right?
You put your fucking blood and sweat in it. It looks perfect to you. You fucking done everything. You turned up on time. Fucking chef whites ironed. Yeah. Meal's fucking perfect. Latest cuts of meat. Fucking top fucking.
So
notch.
what is it you're saying?
You bring it out. They all eat it. Goes fucking disgusting. Fuck off. Every single time you do it.
Right.
you do need their validation. If 100% of the people that you cook for tell you you're shit.
But that's different. To me, it's different. No, it is, because I wouldn't be doing it. If I was shit at it, I wouldn't be doing it.
What does that mean? Not wanting to make you cry. But what does that mean? If you take that into life, that's why people end their life.
No, but your life isn't like that.
It is like that.
So the
It is like that,
no,
dude.
it's not. So the person, you might think that.
Well,
but
that's
from
all
what,
that matters, is what
but,
I think.
That's a fair comment. But you tell me different. So you're helping a mate out at the moment that needs help.
Yep.
You're helping. Because this is we've got to be
I
careful,
know,
obviously, what we're saying. I can name 2 people that you're helping out at the moment.
Yeah.
So is that not good?
No, they're just ongoing. They're people that I'm in the kitchen for at the moment, cooking for. And obviously, when I'm helping them, that's me bringing out the food and delivering it to the table. Are you not helping them? Yeah, but you're cooking a great meal for them.
Hang on, fucking stop.
No, dude, because it's it's a really great analogy.
Okay.
I'm in the kitchen.
That's fair. If you think that.
I've decided to go again and cook again, even though every other time I've cooked, people have said it's shit.
So everything in your life has always ended up shit. This is what you're saying.
I think on different timelines, right? And I'm not talking about time travel. I'm talking, there's different. Some things are instantly shit. Some things are longer shit, if that makes sense. Do you know what I mean? But ultimately, everything, ends up shit.
Everything.
I mean, it's either ended up shit or I feel like it's going to end up shit. Yeah, because it's still ongoing.
So your family, your mates.
I mean, my mates, I'm just waiting for them to screw me over because I've said to them, we spoke about this morning, because that 100% of the time has happened previously. I don't feel like I'm a good enough dad, personally. I don't think because again, one of the reasons for that is because I've put all of my fucking effort and time in trying to help matey over there. And then that makes me feel an even worse dad because I realise, actually, that I didn't need to do that. I should have been doing that because I should have been looking after my kids, putting my kids first, We
could all sit there and fucking talk about it till the cows come home. About what we should have done, should have done and should have and shouldn't have done with the kids. Yeah, I probably should have worked a bit less. Am I overly bothered? No. That's the choice I made.
Yeah.
Did I see him a shitload? Yeah. Do you know what? I saw him a shitload more.
What were you doing though?
I saw him a shitload more, than a lot of dads that I knew, because
you were
they would be off
hard though, weren't you?
Yeah, because they'd be down the pub, or they wouldn't.
But you wasn't putting other people before you that didn't appreciate you at all. When your own kids were at home, actually wanting to spend time with you.
Right, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Well, I didn't really have many mates.
No.
I never have done. I didn't have.
You didn't care about having mates.
No.
No.
Yeah.
And all my life, all I've cared about is wanting to feel good enough. So I used to try and just have as many mates as I can. I'd fucking do whatever they wanted me to do just to get validation. Because I couldn't get validation from anywhere else. And then they fuck you over.
So do you think the podcast is shit?
No. I love it.
So not everything's shit then?
Yeah, but I know this sounds really crazy. Like, if you're, things always end up shit, then there isn't. We're talking about reasonable expectations, yeah? There's a reasonable expectation that the pod will end up shit. I mean, I hope it doesn't, right? But that would happen if you and I fell out. We would probably stop doing the pod, wouldn't it?
Yeah, what a strange thing
the pod
to
is
say.
an object, really. Like, it is. But it's built on mine and yours relationship.
Okay.
Is it not?
Yeah, obviously. Yeah, of course.
So
But we're building this, and it's going well.
Yeah, it is. We're in the kitchen.
Right?
Why don't you get that?
I do, but I just think you're looking at it through this, like...
What? Evidence of life?
No. I think you're looking at it and you take... Because I fucking guarantee if we sat here for 20 minutes, you'd be able to name half a dozen things that have been good in your life that haven't gone to shit. I'd fucking put my house on it. Honestly.
Writing.
Honestly.
Yeah, maybe.
Because not everything goes to shit. You don't become like 38, 39 years old and your life's the whole thing shit. I can't understand. Like stuff goes shit sometimes, and then you come out the other side and you're like, actually, I've learnt from that, and you move forward.
Yeah, I don't learn from it because it's not educational. It's not an educational problem.
Education? What do you mean?
It's a drug, isn't it? That's really. I'm actually probably more like an addict.
So you're looking for that kickback. You're looking for that fucking slap around the face.
Dude, I'm looking for happiness and validation. And I keep going and going until I can find it. Where is it? Is it there? That next, I'm looking for that. That's the drug.
I get that with cooking when, like, that's definitely a drug.
Yeah.
Like the feeling of cooking.
Yeah.
But I think you need to look inside of you rather than looking outside and expecting other people.
100%. And that's the journey that I'm now on.
You'll be looking under rocks in fucking cupboards and all sorts of shit for that validation, and it ain't fucking coming, mate.
No, I know.
Because no one, like, if we hang out and, like, you've helped me out, I don't need to be stroking your ego and telling you, like, I felt shit the other day, so you picked me up and we had a coffee and all that. That was fucking brilliant. Sorted me right out. But I don't need to sit there stroking your ego. I say, thanks, mate. Nice one, fucking.
No,
because
it's not.
Because that's not how it. We have a hug and say, thanks, mate. Nice one.
Yeah, but that's enough. That's enough. In the moment, it's a battery.
So, but you don't need to keep on looking for that fucking validation.
No, because most people have self-validation. So they have it inside that they are happy with themselves. So those extra bits they do, like that, and like giving to charity or like doing a podcast or whatever it might be, they're top-ups. They're just those little things that go, do you know what? I'm a nice guy, really. But I don't have that at all. I rely on all of those top-ups to keep me going. And really, that's probably what depression is, really, to be fair.
You'd be fucked if you stripped away all those people.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. But that's why they're unhealthy. That's why I allow myself to be, used, manipulated, like those kind of things. To a degree. I'm becoming wiser to it. I'm becoming, certainly I'd say recently, and I've said this a lot on here, I've spoken a lot about masks and things like that, and I've said this, like the circle of friends I have now feels different than ever before because I've gone into it without my mask on. And I've got this glimmer of validation because they still like me, even though I'm not pretending to be anything, or I'm not. They actually like me more, actually, which is a very new concept.
Weird that.
Very, very new concept. So that's nice, but it's it's a difficult one, and we've desperately got. I don't even know how fucking long we've been recording, dude. Like 1 hour and 45 minutes. It's got the longest one ever.
Is it?
Yeah, it's fucking 3 minutes past 2, dude. We've got to go. We're 3 minutes late.
Yeah, that's it. We're 4 minutes late leaving when we should have been there at 2 o'clock.
Hell. So yeah, interesting episode, but I think valid. You know, like, and I bet so many people are like, you know, that expectations, and we've spoken a lot. Actually, I know it might feel like we've gone off on a tangent, but actually we haven't. You know, because it's all about expectations and our expectations of ourselves, of other people. Are they reasonable or not? How do we know if they're reasonable? So, yeah, to be continued perhaps. But yeah, don't start crying again, dickhead.
No, I'm not going to cry. I'm just looking at you thinking you're such a fucking knob.
Right, love you all.
Love you all.
Bye.